I'm Father Robert Balacer, the digital Jesuit, host of This Week in Enterprise Tech on the TWiT TV network. I'm here at Enterprise Connect 2015 in Orlando, Florida for No Jitter, and I'm sitting next to Bill Scudder from Sonus, who's going to tell us about the future of UC. Thank you very much for coming on to the show.
Thank you, Robert.
Now, you are here to show off some of the products that you have announced, some new services and some new advancements. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, Sonus Networks is known for its SBC session border controllers. We're the largest provider of session border controllers from small enterprises all the way up to large service providers. But now we've come out with additional products, specifically our web RTC solutions, to now enable real-time communications through mobile clients, web browsers, really any platform to any platform, which is really a new and exciting area for us.
A web RTC is one of these technologies that has been sort of smoldering under the surface. Everyone knows the potential, but we're waiting for the next big player to just make their move. In you looking at these trends the last few years, especially in UC, where have you seen web RTC going and where do you think it's going to end up?
Well, web RTC, and we actually have a demo at our booth, is going to be a key product for like contact centers. When you want to contact an insurance company or a financial analyst, so that the client doesn't have to have a specific piece of software running on their computer. They can just run their web browser, all different versions of a web browser, but they need to contact and have communications with an agent, either again a financial analyst, an insurance company, potentially even a medical provider. They need to have those conversations in a real-time manner, and they need to be secure. They need to have that quality of service, and that's what the WebRTC platform provides.
Right, now going beyond WebRTC, you have a platform I believe that you're partnered with, like Microsoft Link. Where do you see that fitting into this picture?
Well, Microsoft Link is a fantastic UC platform. We've actually deployed it internally at Sonus Networks for all of our employees worldwide. And our products, our session border controllers, actually enable that platform to actually connect to the outside network, to the public telephone network. It's critical to have these SBCs for both security, quality of service, but also that inner working between different types of PBXs that might be out there. And Microsoft Link has really changed how Sonus Networks works internally. We used to be pretty much an email culture, 24-hour cycle. With Microsoft Link, with the ability to have presence, voice and video, desktop sharing, we're now at really speed of real-time now communications, and we can solve problems instantly. We can jump on customer issues instantly. And this is all done worldwide.
Now, in the darkened corners of Enterprise Connect, where rumors abound, there have been talks about a Sonus NAS IQ. Can you explain what that is?
Well, we bought a company that really specializes its products in the SDN space, software-defined networks. And we have a product called NAS IQ. And as a CIO, this is a very exciting product. This will allow us to deploy a solution that will help us manage quality of service in a large network. Help us manage congestion, help us really get total cost of ownership and bring that total cost of ownership down on our large networks by reducing costs of MPLS networks, by being able to manage that bandwidth, but also being able to really assure quality of service for certain applications like Microsoft Link.
Now, people can get lost in the UC shuffle because there is a lot of promise. As you've mentioned, there are a lot of features that are packed into relatively small technological solutions. But what would you say in your experience, because your company has a lot of experience deploying UC, what are the biggest pitfalls? What do people need to watch for? Or conversely, what should people look for in a UC solution?
Well, quite often in UC, specifically Microsoft Link, people get stuck without adding the enterprise voice component to the Microsoft Link implementation. They'll do the Link on-prem and they'll do instant messaging, they'll do presence, voice, and video, but really only on-prem, only within their network. To really get the true benefit, they have to go to enterprise voice. That's where they connect the enterprise to the outside world, again, over the public, over a SIP trunk to the public network. And you need an SBC for that, again, for inner working, for security, and for that real-time type of SIP communication to the outside network. It's mandatory, you have to have it. So companies get stuck in that pivot point between on-prem and then how do you actually connect it to the outside world to get the true full benefit so that you can do unified communications with your partners and with your customers.
I guess the last question I want to ask you is, what is it that you think Sonus does well, does better than everybody else? What is the secret weapon that you have? Because it is a crowded field. What distinguishes you?
Well, we tend to be vendor neutral. I mean, we have our partners like Microsoft and so forth, but we are really good at interworking, transcoding between different protocols, but interworking between different vendors, allowing, most large enterprises have all different mixtures of PBXs and voice platforms and UC platforms. One of our really secret sauces is our ability to come in there and connect all these different components and get them to work.
Thank you very much for talking to us. Now, of course, if they want to find out about your technology, about your solutions, they should come here to Enterprise Connect. And they can find you where?
Booth 901. You can actually see some of these solutions in action.
And they can talk to your representatives to find out how they could best integrate that into their deployments. But of course, if they can't come to the conference, they could always find you on the internet where?
Sonus.net.
There we go. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you
for using your time to educate our public about UC. Now, if you want to know more about UC, you've got to stay tabbed because we've got more from Enterprise Connect 2015.